the term velocity, which I never mentioned in my entire career, it's because I know it's doing a lot of damage to young pitchers' arms. Throwing a weighted ball, I can't stand that. Throw a baseball, the normal feel for a baseball. If you have kids, now there's nothing wrong with, our guys used to do Dr. Job exercises with a weighted ball, where they took care of the rotator cuff with exercises. They never threw the darn thing, you know. But when you're playing football in the off season, if you have a youngsters out there playing football all day in the backyard, he's going to gain arm strength. He's going to gain a lot of arm strength just by throwing a football with his buddy out in the back. You know? So therefore, and I talked to Dr. Ahmad up in New York, and he said, Leo, you know how much pressure if you try to throw a weighted ball? How much pressure that puts on your shoulder and elbow? He said, it's crazy. I mean, where did all this come from? Whatever happened to you as a father or a coach, having a youngster go down and pitch to a catcher and watch his mechanics and let him throw off the mound? Here's what Bobby Cox used to say, even at the big league level. We're going to spring training to get in baseball shape. You know what baseball shape is? Getting on the mound, taking batting practice, ground balls. And how about the running program? Do you know long distance running has no place in the game for baseball? Oh, he could run a mile, so that doesn't help nothing. Baseball is spurts. Baseball is sprints. Sprints to the finish, as they say. And what did we used to do with our team in spring training? Run the bases. Home to first, home to second, first to third, second to home. That was the running program for your everyday players. That was the running program. For the everyday pitchers, it was running your sprints. We went from 91 to 93, 537 starts in a row by our rotation, and we missed one start. All because I'm explaining to you what we did, which is the same thing you should do with a youngster. In the 15 years that Bobby Cox and I were together, our starting rotation averaged making 146 of the 162 game schedule starts. Now, you don't think I know what I'm talking about? That's why I get very angry sometimes, not at any individual, hearing what I hear, not only on TV, it's like Smoltz has to bite his tongue a lot, you know. Just remember, when Glavine and Maddox were throwing 88 miles an hour, in today's game, that would be 93. But it's our, hitting is timing. It's the pitcher's job to throw that timing off. And you know what Hank Aaron told me? We were talking about this at dinner. Hank Aaron said to me, Leo, he said, I want you to tell your pitchers one thing. We can time a jet coming through that strike zone if we see it often enough. For example, in 1996, John Smoltz threw 636 strike ones. He gave up 30 hits on strike one. Greg Maddux, 680 strike ones, 51 hits on strike one. Now it goes all the way down to your relievers, okay? It goes down to your relievers, and you got Mark Wohlers, 215 strike ones, 13 hits on strike one. So why would somebody want to get behind an account? You go strike one to make these things work. Batting averages, all right? No balls and 2 strikes, batting averages were 118. 1 and 2, 151. 2 and 2, 169. 0 and 0. Go strike one, 186. 3 and 2, this will surprise you, 192. Because hitters couldn't decide on 3-2 whether to jack or, they kind of get messed up. All right, 0-1, 199. 3-0, 267. 1-1, 269. 2 and 1, 290. 3 and 1, 329. 1 and 0, 342. 2 and 0, 386. So what's that tell you? you got to go strike one.
So you study a pitcher's delivery, number one, but you study the action of his fastball to determine what side of the mound to put him on. All right, here's how you teach fastball command. For example, I'm left-handed, so you know, you know how they say, right-handers are a dime a dozen. Anyway, so say you're the catcher, right? You're the catcher right there, Braves guy with Larry. Is that your name, Larry? You're the catcher, Larry. All right? Now, we always wanted pitchers facing the hitter, not side saddle. I'm going to tell you why. Your alignment on your fastball is huge. So say, for example, I'm going down and away with a fastball. I'll do it right. I'm going down and away with a fastball, righty to righty. If you see me on the mound, right, and I'm standing there, where's my right foot pointed? I'm going to lift my foot up and go directly to the target, and I've got a straight shot. Okay, now I'm going to go to the other side of the plate. Oh, get on the mound. Where's my right foot pointed? Okay, now I've got a straight shot to this part of the plate. So then you do your natural delivery, and you make sure you step right to where you're going. And so your landing spot should be maybe a half a foot width difference going in and out. Maybe that much is all it's going to be. But that much there means this much home plate. How do you do it out of the stretch? If I get the stretch, right, and I've got my toe off the rubber just a little bit with my whole foot on the rubber, but my toe's off, where am I aligned to? Right-handed, I'm aligned to the down and away strike. See where I'm at right here? That's fast. This is called working on fastball command. Now, if I do this, my heel comes off a little bit. This foot stays in the same spot. Where am I lined up to? I'm lined up to this part of the plate. So you want to, excuse me, you want to take a direct route to your target. You don't want to go. We didn't want to go like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, boom. You know. So anyway, so you wanted to have a direct line to your target and step to your target in front. All right. That's how you work on fastball command. 80% of fastball command from a right-handed pitcher should be the first base side of home plate. Why? Why was it so important as a pitching coach for us to own the down and away strike? We wanted to own the down and away strike so we could pitch inside effectively and selectively. Somebody says, how do you teach pitching inside, Leo? If you own the down and away strike, then you can win when you want. If you don't own the down and away strike, you're messing with fire. So that's how you teach somebody to pitch inside, by owning down and away. So here's what you do. What you want a pitcher to do is throw the ball first, then turn it, and then pull it in. See how he cushioned his elbow? This is how you hurt it. Flip it, extend it, bingo. This is how you hurt it. So you go up to a kid, you try to do everything you can not to create it early. So you go up to the youngster, say, okay, here comes the breaking ball right here, right? Now I go up to him and I go push. He has no arm strength there, right? Now I tell him to have his palm face the hitter, go forward with it, and then push. I can't hold him back. So therefore, you have three steps. Throw, turn, pull in. And then you want to learn how to do it real fast. And that creates spin rate, okay? Okay? Boom, turn and pull, turn and pull, turn and pull. No hook and flip, no hook and flip. And now, if you put his arm out, I'm going to have a straight out coach. Okay. Okay. Fastballs and sliders. Do you have to change the grip on those pitches? No. You can have the same grip with a curveball as you do with a slider or a short breaking ball. Here's what you do. I pull the ball in a little bit, and he turns it. Short breaking ball. Pull it in a little bit more. He turns it. Gets a little bit bigger. Pull it in a little more. Turns it. Gets bigger. Pulls it in all the way. And he just went from a short breaking ball to a big breaking ball. He didn't change the grip. He didn't do anything but pull it in. So So the more you pull a ball in, the bigger the break, the less you pull the ball in, the smaller the break. All right? Thanks, Coach. Then we had a guy that signed years ago with the Braves, before we got good. The Braves weren't very good until Bobby Cox became the general manager as far as their farm system was concerned. They signed this kid out of high school, #1 pick. Can't remember what his name is. Arnold, Jamie Arnold, something like that. Anyway, he had a great split. So now, you know, they call me over, I'm in the big leagues time, they call me and go, oh, Leo, wait, come on over and watch our #1 pick throw. I said, okay. So I go over there and not throw up. Man, I like him, he's pretty good. Yeah, but he's not throwing a split. I said, why not? He signed, when he signed, he had a split. He said, we're taking the split away from him. I said, what are you taking that split away from him for? Well, we want his arm to develop, let him grow, although he's only 18, da-da-da. So now the kid's pitching in professional baseball, facing a lot of darn good hitters. He's getting clocked, he's getting hammered. Why is he getting hammered? Because they took a bullet away from him. Now, if he takes the split away from him, he's down to fastball breaking ball. Now he gets in trouble. What's he resort to? Overthrowing. Trying to make his fastball better, trying to make his breaking ball better. What's that do? Hurts his arm. So all you did was defeat the purpose that you were trying, all you did was, whatever you were trying to avoid, you raise the risk. You do not take a bullet away from a pitcher. If he's got a good pitch, he's got a good pitch. Somebody said, what did you teach Steve Avery, Leo, when he signed out of high school, #1 draft pick? I said, what did I teach him? Nothing. They said, what do you mean you didn't teach him nothing? I said, he had his pitches. What do you want me to do? He had his pitches. It was my job to make sure that he kept those pitches. That's all. Make a trade for John Smoltz. Right? And then I'm running the pitching in minor leagues. Bobby Cox says, Leo, take John Smoltz down to Sarasota for the instructional league. We just made a trade. We traded Joe Alexander for John Smoltz. He's got a good arm. Fastball, good fastball. But he's a little wild. And he doesn't have nothing to go with it. He was like 2-7 in AA, whatever. So I take him down there. First thing I do, we get back on the field. I said, okay, John, go ahead and get loose, and, you know. So he started getting loose. I said, you loose? Yeah. He goes, well, let's go. So I stand behind him. He throws 2-3 pitches and goes, that ain't right, that ain't right. I said, I haven't said nothing yet. What ain't right? Well, Detroit told me I had to do this, and my front side had to be this way. I said, time out. I said, I want you to do me a favor, John. He goes, what's that? I said, would you please wind up and throw the ball the way you want to? Quit worrying about all this, do this. Just throw it the way you want. He wound up and threw that ball, and I went. It was perfect. Absolutely perfect. And you know what? I said, Smoltzy, that's it. Your delivery looks great. You know, he didn't believe me. No, you're just making it. I said, I'm not making it up. Can you repeat it? Yeah, well, just throw it the way you want. Boom, 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 boom. Hitting the target every time. And I'm going, man, that's pretty good, you know? So then he said, what do I do with a breaking ball? You know what I just showed Coach right there? That's the same breaking ball I taught Smoltzy. And he even held it like a 4-seam heater. Same, I didn't care about the grip. I cared about the throw, turn, and pull. Who taught me that? Johnny Singh, greatest breaking ball teacher in the history of the game. Okay, so, and Jim Cott used to say, controlled breaking ball. Okay. So Smoltzy, you know, this isn't an accident that I'm teaching this. You know, I'm talking about Hall of Famers who talked about these types of pitches and how they did them. This isn't no accident. It's no accident we had all that success. And no sore arms, hardly. Anyway, so Smoltzy's doing that. I said, now Smoltzy, throw it first, then turn a little bit. And he goes, like this? And I said, yeah. And he goes, turn a little bit. But it went like this. It went on a line and turned a little bit. And I said, okay, add a little more. Add a little more to it. I said, turn a little more. He turns a little more. He went, you. I went, damn, we're getting there. I said, turn this one as much as you can. Best breaking ball I've ever seen in my life. He says, what do you call it? I said, I don't care what you call it. It's good breaking ball. So 5 scouts are going to call it a slider, 5 scouts are going to call it a curveball. I don't care. We put him in a game, he dominates the game, right? So now we build him up to 5 innings. Bobby calls me and he says, Leo, how's Smoltzy doing? I said, good fastball with control and a great breaking ball. He goes, I don't want to hear that. He said, it can't happen that quick. I said, well, he's pitching 5 innings Thursday against the Twins farm team. I said, come on down and watch him throw. He says, I'm coming in. He said, but don't tell nobody I'm coming. I'm going to hide up in the back of the press box. I don't want him getting nervous. He comes in, throws 5 innings, strikes out 8. Bobby goes, Leo, I need to know how you did that. You know what I said? I let him be himself. That was it. I didn't go into anything about mechanics. I let him be himself. 2 years later, we're in spring training. Sparky Anderson comes running across the field in Lakeland, managing Detroit. I was talking to Ernie Harwell in the dugout, and I'm having a great, there's Al Kaline, and oh man, this is awesome. And Sparky comes running across, he goes, hey Mazzone, how the heck did you straighten Smoltz out? I said, Sparky, I let him be himself. He goes, smartest thing I ever heard. But that's just an example of you don't have to put a stamp on nobody. You don't have to put a stamp on.